Hi there, this is Ruth from Holistic Yoga, and this is Family Yoga for Full Breath Community Hub. So welcome back. I hope you've been enjoying yoga at home. If there's anything in particular you'd like to do, please message the hub, let them know. I'm more than happy to do something in particular if you fancy. This week we are going to do lots of poses themed around animals. So lots of yoga poses naturally have animal names, especially when you do yoga with children. So all of our poses are animal themed today. So we're going to start with some bear breath, okay? So for bear breath, you need to be sitting comfortably. I like to be in easy pose, but you might prefer to be kneeling. That's absolutely fine. I should say, always before you start to practice, make sure you're in comfortable clothes and you've got plenty of space to move. Okay, so make sure you're not going to bump into anything or hurt anyone. Okay. Once you're there, get comfortable. And wherever you're seated, I want you to sit up nice and tall. So it's nice to start with a breathing exercise because it calms us down and helps us to arrive on our mat and leave our day behind. So you might have had a stressful day with schoolwork. So let's just arrive on our mats, get comfortable, sit lovely and tall, let your shoulders rest down, nice long neck. And then you can close your eyes if you want to, but don't worry if you don't want to, that's fine too. If you're not closing your eyes, just take your gaze just onto the floor in front of your legs, okay? So we're encouraging you to go from the outside world inside yourself. See how you're feeling. So this is a really easy breath. Now with any of the breathing exercises we do in yoga, if they don't feel good, if they make you feel a bit dizzy or a bit weird, you just go back to normal breathing, okay? It's still really beneficial to just sit for a few minutes and breathe nice and easy. So don't worry if you don't enjoy the breathing exercises. It's not a big deal. So once you're sitting comfortably, I'm here again. We're going to do bear breath. So with this breath, you're going to breathe in through the nose for a count of 5. You're going to hold the breath in for 3 if you can, and then nice and slowly release the breath out for a count of 5 again, okay? Now bear in mind that some people might have, if you're with a grown-up, the grown-up might be able to hold their breath for longer or count slower. It doesn't matter, it's not a competition. So I want you to just do your count of 5, so whatever feels right for you. So when you're ready, inhaling through the nose for 5. Hold for 3. And breathe out for 5. If you prefer to breathe out through the mouth, that's okay too. Breathing in for 5. Hold for 3. Breathe out for 5. Okay, do a couple more breaths like that, just in your own time. Let's do one more. In for 5, hold for 3, out for 5. Now I want you to just let your breath return to normal. And just notice if you maybe feel a little bit calmer. Maybe like you've just had a chance to stop if you've been rushing around. Okay, so our first pose tonight is going to be butterfly. So ideal to come to from easy pose, but from wherever you are, sit on your bottom and you're going to bring the soles of your feet together. Now, depending on your body, you might prefer to have them quite far away from you, or you might be able to draw your feet in towards you. And these are your butterfly wings, so give them a wee flap, give them a little bounce up and down. And this can be quite challenging, especially for adults. if they've got quite tight hips. So don't worry, if your knees are up here, that's where you are, that's okay. You're going to flap your wings. Okay, let's see if we can really open those wings out. So send the knees down towards the floor. Sit tall. Be a proud butterfly. Okay. Now from here, you can stay here, or we're going to try to open the wings up even further. Now this very much depends on your flexibility and if you fancy trying it. You're going to take your two fingers, your peace fingers we like to call them in yoga, and you're going to place them around your big toes. And then you're going to see if you can lift one foot and send that foot out, straighten your leg. Now you might not be able to, knee might be bent, that's okay. And then place it back down. Go to the other side, opening out this wing. And go side to side a few times. This may or may not be for you. You're very welcome to stay with your feet on the floor if you prefer. Good. Okay, I'm going to go one more time each side, opening out my wings. Okay, now another thing you can try is lifting both of your feet off the floor, so you're balancing on your bottom. You may want to stay here. You may want to try to open up your wings here. And this takes a bit more work from your core, from your tummy muscles, but it also takes a little bit more balance. So don't worry if this isn't for you, but you can give it a go. Press your heels away. The knees might need to be a bit bent, that's fine. And then come back. Rest those wings, well done. Okay, I'm going to come all the way around onto all fours now. So you've done this with me before, if you've done some family yoga with me before. So make sure your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, your knees are right underneath your hips. I'm going to move through cat and cow. So cow pose is where we make that big dip in our spine. So you have a look up, let the tummy come down towards the floor, and the tailbone goes up towards the ceiling. Big dip in the spine. That's cow pose. And in cat pose, you're going to lift your tummy up towards the sky, arch the back, press the floor away with your hands, chin is on the chest. So I always think of a cartoon with a cat having a fright. That's what it looks like when you're in cat pose. So we like to breathe in as we come to cow, and breathe out as we come to cat. And you might even, if you've got little ones in the house, you might want to talk about the different noises that the animals make. So what noise does a cow make? You could make that noise here. What noise does a cat make? Meow. You can make it when you're here. Let's do one more. Breathing into the cup. Breathing out. And meowing if we want to. Good. Okay, so from here, I want you to walk your hands a little bit away from you. Okay, we're going to head for swan pose. So from here, from the hands coming forward, taking a big breath in, and then as you breathe out, you're going to tilt forward and see if you can bring your feet up towards your head. Now, you want your wrists right underneath your shoulders once you're in the swan pose. You may need to move the hands again. And this is swan. So come back to all fours, take a wee minute, breathe in, and then rolling to swan pose. Let's do two more. Breathe in as you come back. Breathe out, go to your swan. So what do we know about swans? They're beautiful, they're white, and they can be pretty fierce though. So this is a little bit of a challenging one, so be careful with it. Good, now come back to all fours, and then you're going to walk the hands further forward, again, and have a wee lie down on your tummy. So we're going to come to cobra pose. So for cobra, we've done this one before, hands are under the shoulders, and you want to keep your elbows really close to your body, so we don't want to be doing this. Elbows close to your body. So you're going to lift yourself up, see if you can be a slithery snake, and you can make snake noises if you want to. You can have a look over one shoulder, maybe even move that foot, see if you can spot it, and then look over the other shoulder, spotting the other foot. Let's do that one more time. Careful of lower backs, especially the adults. Good, lovely cobras. Cobra is a form of snake, I should have said that. And come all the way back down. Good. Now lift yourself back up to all fours. Okay, now we're going to spread our fingers, we're going to tuck our toes, we're going to head to downward facing dog. So this is our, you'll have seen dogs make this shape when they have a stretch. So start off by just lifting your knees and then send your hips back. And you can have a wee pedal out with the feet. You might want to bend and straighten the legs. This is downward facing dog. Now, from your downward facing dog, you're going to take a little walk forward with your feet. Walking forward to meet the hands. And then I want you to give your knees a nice little bend, little bouncy knees. And you're going to swing those arms around. This is gorilla arms. So give them a good old swing. And this feels really nice. Just let your head dangle, let your arms dangle. Have a big old stretch out. Okay, and then when you're ready, you're going to lift yourself up, bring your gorilla arms with you. Come all the way up to standing. Good, okay. Now once we're up, we're going to try quite a tricky one now. Okay, so I hope you're ready. We're going to try eagle pose. And this is quite a tricky one, so see how you feel about this one. So, see how you are at standing on one leg. So I'm going to stand on my left leg and see how my balance is today, okay? So if you're feeling pretty good, I want you to take your right leg, so the one that's in the air, and see if you can wrap it around behind your standing leg, okay? So now I'm a little bit wobbly, okay? This is eagle legs, right? It's quite challenging. See how it goes, see if you can wrap around like a vine around a tree. And then you're going to take your arms straight out in front of you. I'm kind of sitting down a little bit. And I'm going to cross, I'm going to cross my left arm on top of my right. And I'm going to see if I can wrap my arms as well. And I'm in eagle pose. So this is quite challenging. See if you can do it. If the arms are too much, you can just have your hands on your hips, or you could even have them in prayer, you choose. Now straighten your legs, untangle yourself, give yourself a bit of a shake out. Well done, eagle pose. We're going to try it on the other side. Now quite often, one side is a bit more wonky than the other, so see how you feel. Now on my right leg, get your balance, and then left leg, see if you can go around in front and then wrap it around behind. Sit down a little bit, right? So you're bending your standing leg. This side feels a little bit wonky. And then we're going to see, you can have your hands at your heart, or you can cross right arm over left and wrap from there. See how far around you can wrap your arms. Send your elbows away from you. Don't forget to breathe in your eagle pose. Oh, long, wobbly, wobbly. And then unravel, and out you come. Well done. Now, this is one for building strength in your legs. So I want you to take a big wide stance, and we're going to come to a horse stance. So you want to have your feet pointing out so that when you bend your knees, they follow your toes, okay? And then you're going to sit down. All right. So hands are resting on the thighs. They can be palms down or palms up. That's up to you. Now make sure we're not sticking the bottom out, so we don't want to crunch this lower back area. So make sure that you're sending your bottom down towards the floor, tailbone down. So sit down, nice straight back, and you're probably going to feel this in your legs a little bit. Take a big breath here. Now I want you to sit down a bit further. Can you sit down further? Like you're sitting on you're a cowboy sitting on a horse. Oh, I can feel that on my legs, feel them working. One more breath. Good, straighten your legs. Well done. Interesting to see who in your house managed to stay in horse stance for longest. Okay, from here I want you to come back to your downward facing dog. So I'm going to place my hands and walk my feet back. Okay, so this is me in my downward facing dog position. Take a couple of breaths here.
you're going to gently press your heels towards the floor. If you need to bend your knees, that's absolutely fine. Now we're going to change our dog so that it's only got 3 legs. So you're going to lift one leg off the floor. Now I'm a 3-legged dog. Because most dogs have 4 legs, right? But sometimes you see one that only has 3. Now, we're going to turn from here into a scorpion. So if you haven't seen a scorpion before, maybe ask an adult what it looks like. We're going to bend the leg that's in the air, and then we're going to see if we can take, that's my right leg, I'm going to see if I can take my right leg over to the left. And I'm going to look over my shoulder. Can you see your foot? And that's your stinger. That's what you sting an animal with. If you're a scorpion, you want to eat it. And then put your stinger back on the floor. Good. Let's try the other side. You can pop the knees down if you need a break. And then I'm going to meet you in down dog again. We're going to lift. We're going to be a 3-legged dog on the other side. My left leg's in the air this time. Take a breath here. Feeling strong. And then bend your left leg. And see if that left leg can come over to the right. I'm going to look over my right shoulder, see if I can spot my stinger on this side. Let's gently place my left stinger back on the floor. Good job. Okay. Now from here, you're going to slowly place your knees back on the floor. Good. Now, you're back on all fours. We're going to come down so that we're on our forearms. And you're going to interlace your fingers, but I want you to leave your pinky fingers sticking out, so we don't want to squash them. And then maybe just check that you can touch opposite elbows. I should have said that first, sorry. So check you can touch opposite elbows. Gives you the right distance between your elbows. Coming back to this position with the hands. And then you're going to lift your tummy and your chest away from the floor, and the head dangles between your arms. You're going to tuck your toes, and we're going to head to dolphin pose, okay? Now for dolphin, it's kind of like downward dog, but you're on your forearms. So we're going to lift ourselves up. If you need to keep the knees bent, that's okay. If you need to lift and lower, also okay. But if you can, see if you can straighten out the legs a little bit. Now this is a really strong position, dolphin, and it's great for building strength in your shoulders, giving you big, strong shoulders. And see if you can hang out here for a couple of breaths. I don't know about you, but dolphins are one of my favourite animals because they're really playful. They're loads of fun. Good, one more breath here. If you need to come down, that's okay. And then we're going to lower the knees. Ooh, I'm going to have a wee lie down on my tummy. And we're going to stay in the ocean for this next animal. We're going to be a shark. So for shark, you need to point your toes. Okay, so make sure you've got pointy toes. And then I want you to see if you can interlace your fingers behind your back. And then squeezing your shoulders together and sending your hands down towards your feet. Now, if this is not an option for you, you can have the hands by your sides. Okay, that's totally fine. So when you're ready, I want you to see if you can lift your whole body away from the floor. How much of yourself can you lift up? So pointing the toes, lifting the chest, and then slowly coming back down. We're going to try 2 more sharks. So lifting up when you're ready, lift, lift, lift. Dun, 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 dun. You can even swim a little bit with your feet if you want to, and then come back down. Last one. Lifting up for 1 more shark. And then down you come. Good job. Now, from here, let's just make a little pillow with our hands. We're going to pop our forehead on it. And we're just going to give our hips a little rock. Let me just rock side to side for a minute. Good. Okay, let me just check what's happening next. Okay, good. Alright, so from here, I want you to roll onto your back. So just roll all the way over. So we're still in the ocean for this next one. We're going to do fish pose. Now be careful with this one, especially if you're an adult and you get issues with your neck, okay? So for fish pose, legs are long, Now you take the hands and you place them underneath your bottom, underneath your hips. So lengthen out the legs, okay? The arms are straight and nice and close under your body. Now, I want you to see if you can lift your upper body off the floor. So you can see how I'm on my forearms, so I'm up on my elbows. Now this might be enough for you, you might want to stay here, totally fine. You're going to puff up your chest and you're in your fish pose. Now if you want to, you can let the head come back and rest the top of the head on the floor. And that's you in your full fish pose. And you can even do some fish noises if you want to. Good, keep puffing up your chest. And then come out nice and carefully. So once you're ready, you're going to press into your forearms, into your arms to lift yourself up. Be careful of your neck. And then slowly lower yourself down to the floor. So always careful with the neck for that one. Gently let your hands come out from underneath you. And then we're going to take the arms out at shoulder height. I think we've probably done enough animals now. So I want you to take your feet nice and wide. And imagine you're swishing your knees from side to side like windscreen wipers. Or maybe they're bits of seaweed in the waves. Maybe that's more appropriate because we've been with dolphins and sharks and things. Let's go side to side a few times. Good. Okay, now take a little pause with those legs, placing the feet about hip distance apart. You're going to lift the feet off the mat. Knees are bent. Take a nice breath in. And then as you breathe out, let those knees roll over to one side. Doesn't matter which. Coming into a twist. Now for whatever reason your legs don't come to the floor, you can pop a wee cushion or something under there. And this is a really nice relaxing twist to sort of finish us off. I want you to just notice your breath here. You don't have to do anything clever with it, you just notice it. Notice if it's quicker or slower than it was earlier. Notice if you're feeling more relaxed. Are you feeling warmer or colder? We're going to draw those knees up, breathing in, and then as we breathe out, take the legs over to the other side. Let's take a couple of breaths in this twist in the other direction. So sometimes if you're a really busy person, it can feel a bit strange when you have nothing to do, but it's really important you have even a few moments a day where you're free and you don't have anything to do. Good. Let's bring those knees back up and then place the feet on the floor. And from here we're going to go into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. Okay? So take your time. If you want to have a wee blanket or you want your socks on or a big jumper on, then that's absolutely fine. But get yourself comfortable. You can have your hands on your body or by your sides. And you might like to lengthen out the legs or you might want to keep the knees bent. That's all good too. When you're ready, as long as you're comfortable with it, you're going to close your eyes. You don't have to. You could just take your gaze down towards your legs if you prefer. But it is nice to close the eyes. And just take a couple of deeper breaths in through the nose and have a lovely big sigh out through the mouth. Good job. Okay. Now, for our little relaxation, I thought we would go back to the beginning of our practice and go for a little fly as a butterfly. So, in your mind, I want you to imagine that you are a butterfly. And you're sitting in your garden. You might be on a flower or on a tree. And because you're a butterfly, you have two wings, and your wings are the same. They're the same pattern and the same colour. So just imagining what colour your wings would be. Would you be a yellow butterfly? Would you be green or blue? Take a moment to see your wings. And then when you're ready, you're going to gently flutter and take off. And you're going to go away for a little adventure. So you're going to fly up, it's a warm sunny day. And you're flying up over the houses. You're flapping your wings hard to rise up, climb up. And then you realise that you don't have to work so hard. You can just float on the breeze. The breeze is going to hold you up there, so just stretch out your wings and just float for a few moments. Imagining what you might see underneath you, trees, cars, houses, people, dogs and cats, the blue sky above you, just floating. And then it's time for you to make your way back down to your favourite flower. So swooping around, starting to take your time, slowly make your way back down to the garden. And just picture the most beautiful flower you can think of. And you're going to go and land on there. Curl your wings away. And you can rest now. So when you're ready, you're going to wiggle your fingers. You're coming back to your human body now. You're going to wiggle your toes. I don't think butterflies have toes. Moving the ankles, the wrists, maybe having a lovely big stretch. You might want to bring your knees in and give yourself a nice cuddle. And then if you have your eyes closed, you can keep them closed as you roll onto your side. Your right side is best. And then slowly bring your way up to seated. I'll meet you there. Take your time. Now if you're feeling lovely and sleepy and you'd like to stay on your mat, or if you just want to enjoy some peace and quiet, then please do. But once you're ready, we always bring our hands to our heart and we bow our heads to acknowledge one another and our practice. So thank you so much for joining me for some family yoga. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you again. Namaste, everyone.